his guys will get the football back. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 69 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Let's go now.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Back to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Moore. Touchdown! Elijah Moore. A 14-yard touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0.
Chargers 17, Raiders 0.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Raiders.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from the special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Charger drive about to get going. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. 89 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake here on first down. To the right side, and he's got more complete. Touchdown, LA! Elijah Moore with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a three-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Raiders 7. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. Three-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. And that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
He's got the connection to Moore. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Finds Pickens out right. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. A short kick taken at the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
For Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
First and 10. 46-yard line.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Ready?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
39-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it's second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10. At the Chargers.
Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this AFC title game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup at 13 sets them up first and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. 2nd and 9 now. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields this way up at the 17. And there he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. That's an 83-yard kick return touchdown. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
They've been having a good day so far. I think you got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Also learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing it away is preferable to making the big mistake.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't.
And this is caught. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Takes it at the 7th. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Smith catches left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CA, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
That's going to be caught by Pickens.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Swift going to try up the middle.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll set up a throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. He hits Moore. Touchdown, Chargers. Elijah Moore sending his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Chargers continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
The kick is
Extra point right down the middle, and that will bump the lead up to 26.
Raiders 14.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. Gee, you figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe he's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. Well, a Lombardi trophy would be nice to hoist. They have